So made it to San Antonio, which is the part of the island where we're staying. It was a bit of a nightmare getting here though, because there was a 3-hour delay with the plane, which meant that there was no public transport when we arrived. Had the bright idea to leave the airport to try and get a taxi from the road leading into the airport, because I thought it might be quicker, because the taxi queue at the airport was ridiculously long. Got one eventually. Wasn't easy, but yeah, made it here. But it was about 3 o'clock in the morning by the time we actually arrived. So yeah, San Antonio is where we're at. It's not for everybody. Some people say that it's a bit kind of chavvy or common or whatever, but you know, there's a good vibe. There's always something going on, and it's definitely one of the cheapest places to stay on the island. The hotel that you've seen as we arrived, it's called Hostel Annabelle. I'll give you a little tour of the place in a bit. But first, for today, is getting up and getting some breakfast. So I'm going to show you one of the best places, if not the best, value breakfasts in Ibiza, or definitely in San Antonio. Here I am. That's the beach. Big sign for Bay Bar, just there. And then there's a little lane that comes from the beach and goes to this peachy coloured hotel behind me. So we're going to walk up that lane from the beach, from next to Bay Bar, and we'll find the breakfast place right there. Okay, so when you get to the end of the lane, it's actually in an apartment block, not a hotel. Behind these recycling bins, you can see the little restaurant cafeteria there. It's called Wembley Arena. I'll put a link in the description to where it is. It's a convenient little crosswalk here. That'll take us right over to it. So here we go. You'll probably see the breakfast menu on the wall actually. Let's go through this class. Usually after breakfast, if you're going to go to a beach in San Antonio, I think it's a good idea to sit in front of one of the beach bars. You've got Bay Bar, which is over there behind me, and then Tulp, this one directly behind me. So you get some nice tunes while you're chilling on the sand. So after a nice relaxing time at the beach, I'm going to head back to the hotel, do some work there, check on how things are back home with work, and probably grab a snack by the pool. There's a nice pool in this hotel. I'll give you a little inside tour of this hotel actually. It's a good place and a good price. And here is a quick tour of the room. Obviously just a standard bathroom in here, shower, bath in there, and then coming into the room here, got a nice picture of Ibiza on the wall, place for your luggage and clothes over here, flat screen TV, and then a pool view. And what's cool is that the sun sets right over there where those white buildings are in the distance, so you get a pretty nice view in an evening. So the sun is just starting to set at the moment. Well, it's still quite high in the sky actually. It's probably about 2 hours before it sets. I'm going to take you to one of the best value places for pizza. It's very close to the place where I'm staying, but it's in between the centre and the bay. I'll put a link to the address in the description. I'll show you where it is as well on the video. So this is the windmill that is just next to Ocean Beach, which you might be able to hear going on in the background. And what you're going to do is you're going to follow this coastal pathway down towards that big white building in the distance with the arches, and then just next to there is the pizza restaurant. So there you go, absolutely bargainous Italian food, even in an expensive place like Ibiza. And if you want to catch the sunset like I'm about to, just head over to the beach, which is right opposite the pizza restaurant. I'll pan around in a second and show you the sunset. It's just going down right now. It's one of the best locations to catch it if you don't want to be part of the Sunset Strip bars. This place is a little bit more private. There's hardly anybody about, like you'll see in a second, and it gives you just as good of a view. So it's perfect, really. So there you go. It's a nice little spot for the sunset. Although most of the time I probably do go to the Sunset Strip bars. It's because you get the good music there. I like the privacy here, but I also like the music there, so it just depends on my mood. Today I like the privacy, so that's why I'm here. But despite the fact that I'm not down at the bars where the music is, I'm still going to hit the clubs tonight. Usually I'm out to the clubs in Ibiza probably every other night, maybe every third night now. Not like I used to be. So yeah, but tonight we'll be hitting the clubs, so stay tuned for that. So feeling a little bit delicate after last night. Haven't really eaten that much today. I generally don't get very hungry if I'm a bit hungover, but it's time to go and get some snacks and some like food, groceries from the supermarket that I can keep to snack on whenever I feel like it. The best place to get that is a supermarket called Lidl, which is behind me. So if I come forwards and then turn around, see the egg roundabout, and Lidl is in the opposite direction, so it's straight up that road. You'll know if you're going in the right direction if you see the Marco Polo Hotel, and then it's just keep going until you get to the next roundabout, and then you'll see the supermarket straight ahead. There it is. So I forgot to bring the coin for the trolley, but I've managed to improvise with this cardboard box that I found. Now you might be thinking, oh, is it really worth the hassle to walk down there to that supermarket? But even if you're not bothered about the little snacks, you still need the essentials. Because you can't drink the tap water here, and a big 8-litre bottle is only 72 cents compared with going to the convenience shop 3 or 4 times a day. You're probably going to save at least 20 euros just by buying this from the supermarket. And of course, no trip to the supermarket is complete without a little treat to walk home with. Well, the sun's gone behind that big dirty cloud over there, but it's still a good time of the day to get a meditation session in. If you don't know much about meditation, or you've never done it before, then you should definitely look into it. Everybody should meditate. Okay, here we go. I'm just passing the Sunset Strip bar at the minute, which you've seen earlier on in the video, and it is a great place to watch the sunset. But I'm going to show you a special little treat, a place where you can have a bit of a more spiritual experience and watch the sunset either by yourself or with the people that you're on holiday with, but have a lot more privacy, even more private than the beach that I showed you earlier on in the video. This place I'm going to show you now, it's like there's probably not going to be anyone there at all. There is the Sunset Strip of bars where we've just walked through, and we're going to keep following this path that I'm on as it goes all the way around the coastline, and we're going to head to a place called the Cap Blanc Aquarium. So put that in the GPS, I'll put a link in the description, and then it's directly behind there over some rocks, so make sure you don't wear some raggedy flip-flops that aren't going to manage the terrain. Just while we're on the way, there's a massive bit of wasteland right here between this hotel and the Sunset Bars, so I can't understand why they haven't built any hotels here, so maybe if somebody can comment in the doopity-doop and give a good reason, I'd be quite intrigued. So as you're following the coastline path around, the place that we're going to go is right about here. So there is where we've just come from. We walked around this path up to here, and you'll see this bar on your right, and then we keep going towards the sun. Alright, so we're almost there. There is the aquarium jutting out of this rock right there, and there's where we've come from, right over there. So we're going to go to the aquarium, we're going to keep going, and then behind it and over a few more rocks, and then we're there. Alright, we've made it, and incidentally, if you feel like getting away from all of the lively action over here, regardless of whether you like fish or not, this is a great place to come for a cold drink on a hot day. Anyway, so we keep going towards it, and then we take a right. Hola. Round the back, and then we keep going over these rocks. Alright, so we've made it to the final destination. I'll spin around and show you where I'm talking about. It's not quite as private as what I was expecting. There's a few people talking about, but even as you arrive here, you can actually feel that it's just a different energy here, and regardless of whether you meditate or not, I think if you come here to watch the sunset, you'll definitely have a feeling of presence and some kind of portal to being in the moment and in connection to something maybe a little bit higher. So there you go, and it's worth mentioning that if you follow the rocks around, you keep going to the right, it gets a bit more treacherous, but if you keep going, you get to Cala Gracio, which is one of the nice little beaches to lay around and snorkel in if you're in San Antonio. And also this rock here that juts out, You can actually do rock diving from there, although I've never done it myself, so don't blame me if you land in the water and it's not actually safe. So this is the rock behind me, but I have actually seen people jumping in from there. I didn't see anyone diving, but they were definitely jumping in, and there's a way to climb back up as well, so I'm guessing that you can do it. It should be fine. Maybe just wait for somebody else to do it first.
Hi, I'm Joe. It's my first time in Ibiza. It's my first day in Ibiza, and I've just been and watched the sunset, and it was brilliant.
Yeah, Joe was one of the guys that was there, the handful of people that was there. And did you feel like it was you had some kind of like a spiritual experience because there was no one there?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. I don't know what it is about, whether it's in my mind or not, I don't really know. But yeah, it certainly feels like when the sun's going down, it feels different, like it hits different. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just too many the cheap beers that I've had in the thing. But you know what, I've had a great time. But yeah,
nice.
So yeah.
Cool.
So yeah, nice to meet you.
All right. Beaches to choose in San Antonio, but if you're coming here and you're going to be in San Antonio, if you're going to be in Ibiza and in San Antonio, there is more than one or two beaches to choose from, and today we're going to go to Cala Gracio, so it's within walking distance. You can take a boat to get there, but I don't think it's really necessary. I think it's like 10 euros on the boat or something, but you can walk there from the centre. It's probably just over half an hour's walk. So that's what we're going to do, so stick with us, let's check it out. Okay, it looks like we have arrived. So there is actually an alternative way to get here. These rocks straight ahead of me, you can come over those rocks from the San Antonio side without taking the footpath, but it's a little bit more treacherous and difficult, so you've got to have good footwear, and the rocks can be slippy, so just be careful if you decide to come that way. But you can access the beach from there, so there's a couple of different ways, and if you look over to that side, there is an entrance point there too, but that's like the long way if you're coming from San Antonio Centre. And after a day at Cala Gracio in the sunshine, it's nice to come and watch the sunset next to the sunset bars. So these are the sunset bars here, and here's all the people outside. The sun's literally just about to set on the horizon, and what you should hear is everybody start clapping. And the reason that they do that is because it's an old hippie tradition that thanks the sun for doing a good day's work. So it's been a great day at Cala Gracio and watching the sunset, but it's time to head back to the hotel, and I've hired a car for the night. So let's jump in my new whip and we'll go back to the hotel. So we just left Ibiza Rocks Bar, walking towards the bus station to get the bus to Amnesia, and Joe's like, oh, I'm going to get one of these quads tomorrow.
So yeah, I've got a quad for 4 days in Ibiza, and I paid €240. I'm going to pay that. So yeah, I think it's quite a good deal. Yeah, I'm going to go around and see all the Kevin and Perry filming locations. and
Sweet.
and all of the hidden beaches as well. So fingers crossed, it's good.
There's a place right at the top of the island called Pontiac.
Okay, yeah, cool.
Something like that.
Can you go there?
I've never been there, but I've heard it's great.
Nice.
Check that out.
Okay, definitely, I will.
Let's have a look at this quad that you get.
Yeah, so I believe it's a manual. Hi.
Nice. This girl's trying to get in on the video, but she can have a little wave if she wants. Alright, keep going, Joe.
Yeah, so this is the quad I'm going to get. This is the quad I'm going to get. This is the quad I'm going to get tomorrow morning. So
Sweet.
Yeah, it's going to be good. I'm going to go here at 9:30 AM to get this quad. And in a couple of hours...
You'll have had about 2 hours sleep.
Yeah.
You're going to be alright with that. So after that quad bike incident, me and Joe stopped off in one of the bars near the West End, just mainly to get a vodka slush. Joe really wanted one, right?
Yeah. I really wanted a vodka slush because what they don't tell you is the temperature never cools down properly. Like it hasn't, or maybe I haven't acclimatised yet. But the temperature hasn't really cooled down. So what I'm doing is stocking up on slush and also getting us both 2 big bottles of water so we can get it down it and get into the club and then not have to be thirsty again for the whole night.
Exactly.
So actually we'd save money.
Exactly, because you don't want to be paying those club prices. It's like 20 euros for
those
a
club
vodka
prices.
box.
So on the party bus on the way to Amnesia, my Ibiza to the nudge.
Yeah.
So and my goal.
Get to it. Get to it.
After this exclusive session about dating in front, my goal is to lose weight, to hit the gym, and this time next year, June 2023, I will shave my head.
Ibiza, baby.
I'll be dead.
Check back 1 year's time from now. See if you stick to it.
This for a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Well, basically, I just like my beef.
What?
I've said 1 year from now, if I shave my head, hit the gym, take a picture with the gym every
Right,
single
shift your
day.
head.
No, if I was going to do it over next year,
Yeah.
and then hit the gym every single day
Yeah.
next year,
I come back.
yeah.
I check in, make sure, guys.
So this time
See
next
the
year.
progress.
Out of Amnesia.
We just came out.
A fantastic night. I've loved it. Look, I've done this in memory of my uncle Michael, who loved clubs, he loved raving, and he sadly died of cancer last month. So yeah, this is for your uncle Mike. I hope you're looking down, you know, in heaven, looking down and smiling, going, go on, Joe, have a great time, you know. So that's why I've come to Amnesia specifically. But you know what? It's been a night of a lifetime with Len. So thank you for making it such a good bloody night. So thank you so much. All right.
You had a good night.
Yeah. But I've got a quad bike rental in about 3 hours time.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. So we're outside of the club and we're trying to find the disco bus, but
The party bus isn't here. And the annoying thing is, right, couldn't they just play music and disco lights inside the party bus? Because they call it a party bus, when really it's just a bus. And the thing is also, in what month are we? June of 2022, you also have to wear a face mask, even though like COVID's like over now.
that was a hustle.
Yeah, he sold us a face mask. In order to get on the bus, you need to have a mask. But of course, no one had a mask.
So eventually we have actually made it back to San Antonio.
Yeah, alive. So we made it back on a party bus.
Joe is going to go and get a Calippo from the 24-hour
Yes.
supermarket.
24
I'm going to go back to my hotel and get some well-rested sleep. Some
So
knackered.
that was amazing. Good night, everybody. It was brilliant.
So it's been a couple of days since the night in Amnesia, and Joe's still got his quad. So he's invited me along to go to Esvedra to watch the sunset. So I'm just about to meet him now. Should be just around this corner. I'm going to meet him at the place where he got the quad. So hopefully he's here. Oi, oi! How you doing? Good. Oh, a helmet's never looked so good on somebody.
So we've just rocked
Joking,
up to
obviously.
so we've just rocked up to the quad place, and I've been all over Ibiza to little beaches and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's been great. Had a great couple of days. So, yeah.
Nice.
So
You'll have to
tonight-
tell me all about it while we're riding. So we just took the quad bike up to Pike's Hotel, where the famous Club Tropicana video was filmed. So we made it back, we're on the West End Strip having a nice cold beer.
Cheers.
I'm just glad that we made it back. Cheers. Alright, so we've had some beers in the West End, and now we're going to be heading to Espardi, right opposite Eden. Let's get inside. So today I'm going to do something a little bit different, something that I've never actually done before, despite the fact that I've been here many times before. I'm going to running up that hill over there in the background. It has like some kind of monument at the top, which I'm curious what it's about. Maybe it's nothing, but I'm going to meet my buddy Joe and we're going to have a look. It's actually quite overcast today, but that's probably a good thing. It's the middle of the daytime, so we'd be melting walking up that hill if we didn't have a bit of cloud cover. Just heading to his hotel now, so should be there in a sec. I believe this is it. There he is.
Hello.
All right.
You're
How are you
right.
feeling?
literally just dragged myself out here. I feel awful, to be honest. I feel awful. But you know what? It was worth it. Worth every second.
Oh well, looks like I spoke too soon. The sun's come out now. That's alright. We're about
0.0 kilometres away from the top start.
Ah, that's not true. We're about halfway from the centre. Just getting to the foot of the hill now. Starting to think these flip-flops were a bad idea, but
Definitely, same here.
Joe's just having a quick breather on this next to this fallen tree. You can already see how high we are. I don't think there's much more to go. Alright then, here we are. Pretty cool view up here. Wasn't easy getting up because of these rocks, but it wasn't that difficult either, let's be honest.
In Ibiza, I loved every second of it, and you know what, I'm so pleased to have come here, so it's been great, isn't it?
Yeah man, so good to meet you. We've had a real adventure together, and hopefully we're going to see you soon.
Definitely, and don't forget to like and subscribe and comment below.